All right, so I am back. Got my coffee. Um, if you are a Dallas Cowboy fan right now, you have to feel a little bit disappointed, and I don't know why we should actually think that anything would be different than what we've always gotten here. I've been live for about 3.5 hours here, and of course, we have nothing that's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. To recap where we are, Tyler Biadasz has signed a multi-year deal, 3 years, $30 million. Dorrance Armstrong has signed a $45 million deal with the Commanders. Tony Pollard has signed a 3 year, $24 million deal with the Tennessee Titans. And the Eagles have signed quite a few players, including Saquon Barkley. If you want some good news, okay, if you want some good news, let me try and give you at least the best news that I can give it, okay? You know, my job here is I am Mr. Positivity, all right? This year, we ended up getting two compensatory picks. For Dalton Schultz, we got a sixth round. For McGovern, offensive line McGovern, we got a fifth round pick. The fact that we're losing these free agents and they're signing these deals, if the Dallas Cowboys do not sign a free agent in kind, as in a free agent that costs as much money as these guys, we could be looking at, a fourth, a fifth, and maybe a sixth round, or maybe a fourth and two fifths in compensatory picks. So there's at least that positivity. So we know Josh Jacobs has signed with the Green Bay Packers. We know that Saquon Barkley is signed with the Eagles. Derrick Henry is still out there. Jane Slater says don't expect anything with talks to happen with him anytime soon. But Aaron Jones is now on the running back market. So Aaron Jones is out there, although Aaron Jones has had some injuries, although, as my man Game Time Brian would say, he ran all up our ass, or he ripped us a new one in our ass, or something like that. And I say pause. So there are players that are out here. Now, Cowboys are not that team that are going to go all in with first day or even first week free agent signings. At some point, the Cowboys have money. Unlike other teams that have gone through and had to gut their roster. Okay, when you look at what Buffalo's had to do because of the players that they had to get rid of players. You look at the Denver Broncos that had to get rid of a lot of players. The Cowboys don't have to get rid of any of the players that they want, and they still can get money very easily and very quickly without gutting the roster. So the Cowboys are looking and saying, we want to keep the players that we look at for the future and that are key players, the Zach Martins, the Tyler Smiths, the C.D. Lambs, and of course the Brandon Cooks. And what we want to do is we want to let people go through, blow their wad and stuff, get all the big names and stuff that are out there, and then we'll go through and logistically try and get our players. That's the idea behind the theory of the Cowboys. And Aaron Jones would be a connection with Mike McCarthy. So that would be, I have to agree with you on that one, Lamar. And we'll see what the Cowboys do. But am I disappointed? Yeah, inside I am disappointed because, I see the excitement and the joy and everything else that other teams are having as they're signing players and feeling like they're getting better. But the reality is this is the Eagles every year. The Eagles every year go through and they sign. They always, I remember how excited they were that they got Swift or, when they made trades to get Kevin Byard. And here it is, a year later, they're moving on to the next guys. That they're bringing in a lot of guys that not necessarily have staying power. Now, you can argue and say, they did go to the Super Bowl and came really close to winning one just 2 seasons ago. But when you see what they did last year and bringing in all the different guys that did not work out for them and understanding that they keep having this turnover, sometimes that turnover, Joe Mixon will be released. Sometimes this turnover isn't good, and it's hard to kind of get that staying together. That's not to say that the Cowboys have done great things, because we haven't. We have been, stuck in purgatory for so many years. So Aaron Jones is just released. Yes, Aaron Jones. That's a possibility. Maybe we reset and we end up getting some other guys, because as other teams sign some of these guys, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And maybe Aaron Jones ends up being a better fit for us. Who knows? Brad Wright, no cowboy talk. I'm just living here with all these trolls that are so happy. So Joe Mixon will be released. So Joe Mixon is another one that's going to be out there. They were all 30-year-olds. There is a difference, Mark. Out of the big 7 names, free agents, 6 are starters. Okay, I hope you'll be back, baby. I miss you already. Love you. Yes, Henry is more expensive. Jerry has free agency money in Mason jar. But he can flick the trigger and get money real easily. And you look at the Chiefs, who plan on re-signing Chris Jones to a 5-year, $158 million deal. That's incredible. Sign Jones and Henry. Our backfield is weak now. Well, our backfield is non-existent right now forever. Fashion runway. We have no backfield right now. Shout out to you. So somewhere, I hope there's a plan here. Age is just a number. Thomas Garrett. What about Austin Eckler, Mark? At this moment, I sound pretty good at running back for the Cowboys, because we ain't got none. Austin Eckler would be better than what we have, which is none, but I'd rather see Derrick Henry. Well, truth be told, Jerry Jones was asked if the Cowboys would consider going all in, and his answer was kind of like, well, he can't say, no, we're not going to really try. He's not going to do that. So there's that. So, of course he's going to say we're going all in. We can't turn around and say that we're not going to do jack. Lovely Cowboys, Daddy loves some mommy. Austin Eckler, okay. Jones is still a reliable back. He does have, some miles on him, and does have a few injuries the last couple of seasons, but definitely would be an improvement from where we are at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see. Every running back stays hurt, which is why running back by committee is not a bad thing. Cowboys don't have a team to go all in. They aren't good enough. The real fan won. A team that won 12 games and won the division. Yeah. I can't say I agree with that.